Okay, so I am recording, and this is just an overview and training on the use of the harmonic scanner. It is an amazing strategy that pretty much, I want to say most of the people in iMarkets Live are using this strategy right now, at least within a large circle of individuals that I know. And it's going to be the harmonic scanner mixed with the Bollinger Band, okay? So what we're going to do is, I think each of you have by now probably had a chance to review the video that I shared with you, conducted by Dante Lewis on this strategy. So let's start from the basics. So we understand that on the left here, I'm pointing to the brokers. Okay, so there's about 7 brokers on the left, and you can click on them, and they will each give you scans for, you know, different pairs, okay? We're always gonna stay in 15 minutes for this strategy. You're gonna always scan for 15 minutes. So what that means is when you click on any of these brokers, you'll always say, okay, great, thanks, Paris. You'll always say scan for 15 minutes, all right? We're not gonna do this strategy in the 1 hour or the 4 hour or the daily start on this training. That'll be up to you if you wanna expand out to those time frames later. So you got JAFX, scan for minute 15, all right? One trick to the brokers over here, all right, is when they put in the various currency pairs, just know that the freshest charts are gonna be at the top of the list. You're always gonna kind of click on the pairs at the top of the list because the setups will be brand new closer to the top. And we have a great setup right here, and we'll get into why in a second. All right, let me see if I can close this out. All right, so let's talk about some of the different areas of this harmonic scanner, okay? If I can just get out of this particular window and close some of this up over here, we could see a little bit better. All right, so at the top, you can see that they're saying that we're in the NZD CAD in the H1. All right, I don't particularly like the H1, so we're gonna move that. I'm gonna go to Pepperstone right here and scan for the minute 15. Pepperstone is my favorite broker, to be honest with you, in this, and they have some really good setups. So here's the harmonic scanner, and what you're gonna see is A at the top, B, C, D. All right, A, B, C, D. That's really just an Elliott wave, okay? And so whenever the D is at the bottom, you know that the price will be positioned to go up and you're gonna wanna buy. And you can tell that too because your take profits are at the top. D is at the bottom, your profits are at the top, so it means you wanna buy, right? And your stop loss is at the bottom. And you guys can feel free to stop me anytime on this call, okay? On this session and ask questions. So here's a butterfly chart. And I'm gonna tell you, one of the pairs that we do not trade on, or I don't recommend it. Again, you can do whatever you want, but the shark, we stay away from that one because it's very volatile. It has 2 green lines, 2 entry lines and things like that. And it's very volatile and it ranges a lot. So we don't wanna do the shark. And also, I'm going to add on here something called the Bollinger Bands. So I'm going up here to indicators. I'm going to type in just simply Bollinger. All right, and there's Bollinger Bands right at the top. And there it is. And I've therefore put a band around all the candlesticks. I'm going to zoom in to a certain section by highlighting, because I want to see what's going on. Wait, let me see if I can capture it. Let me highlight. Let me just do this. I'll hit the magnifying glass, and then I will highlight the area that I want. And there we go. It brought it in closer to me. Okay, you all see how I did that?
Right.
Okay. And, you know, I'm not a big fan of all the indicators at the bottom. The RSI, the Relative Strength Index, is good enough for me, okay? We can already see that the Relative Strength Index is really low down here. It's like right by the 20, which means it almost can't go any lower than this. So this is a good position, right? So we know that the trick for the use of the Bollinger Band is that when we see one candle close inside the Bollinger Band, we know that we need to look for the second candle to be the color representing the direction that we want the trade to go in. Red candles mean what? Any geniuses on the call? The red candles mean the price is going what?
That's a sell.
Yep, price is going down, it's a sell. Blue candles mean what?
It's a buy.
Yep, price is going up and it's a buy. So right now we can see that we've got, I think this is 2 selling candles right now that are just at, and I'm gonna go in a little closer even by choosing the magnifying glass and getting in on this action. See what's going on here. So there we go. Now, when you're in the minute 15, you can look at your clock on your laptop and you know that every 15 minutes, a new candle forms. So this second red candle just started because it's 9:30 p.m. So you know that we're going to watch this red candle for like the next 15 minutes. So at 9:45, a new candle will form, okay? So what we want to see is a blue candle that is within the Bollinger Band after a candle has closed inside it. We basically know that inside the Bollinger Band is a safe haven, okay? Once a candle closes inside there, that second candle, if it's blue, you go ahead and enter the trade on a buy. All right? Please stop me for questions. I'm going to keep going unless you stop me. All right. So far, we don't see that this red candle has closed inside the Bollinger Band yet, do we? All right. But, you know, based on this harmonic pattern, we do anticipate that happening. The key is we have to wait and be patient so that we can be sure that we have a high probability trade. I love the fact that the relative strength index is at the bottom because it will just go pretty much up from there. And now, here's the other trick with this. Most people are not going any further than 10 pips, okay? But here's what I recommend and what I've seen others do. You just take the trade up to where the red line is in the Bollinger Band, because that could put you either at the take profit 1 or somewhere in between take profit 1 and take profit 2. That's a safe spot. You don't want to be in these trades too long. This is a scalping strategy. And the reason why you don't want to be in them too long is because the harmonic scanner is simply scanning retracements. Say you're in the middle of a bearish trend and price is dropping, but all of a sudden price starts going in the bullish direction upward. That's not going to last long, okay? So you don't want to be in these trades for too long. The longer, yes, please go ahead.
So is it always looking for retracements, or is that because you're in the 15-minute that it's looking for the shorter pullbacks?
You know what? The harmonic scanner is always tracking retracements no matter what time frame you're in.
Okay.
And because we're in the 15-minute, yeah, it's a shorter, more volatile pullback situation.
Okay.
Okay. You know, you can probably do a test if you'd like in the 1 hour time frame with this strategy and just test it in your demo to see what happens, you know. I would anticipate that it would probably behave the same. It's just that, you know, when you want to get in and get out, you just want a shorter time frame. I'm loving the fact that we don't have to wait too long for this next candle to see what's going to really happen.
Right.
But yeah, always the harmonic scanner is scanning for retracements.
Okay.
So if we want, we can do some back testing real quick while we wait for this to develop. But but clearly you can see you needed the indicator area up here to choose the Bollinger Band. You have your brokers over here where you can just select the minute 15 and choose a couple of pairs or whatever to look at. So while we're waiting, let's go in here and look at some other ones. So what was this one? NZD CAD. You guys remind me that that's the one we were on, okay? We're gonna come back at 9:45 and take a look at that. All right. So let's go to the Euro CAD. All right, here we go. This looks like fun. I'll expand this by putting my cursor in the price area and just hold my left mouse key down to expand some of these images so we can see. All right. So check this out. A, B, C, D. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and mute this for a second. Okay, let's see. Mute that one. All right. And if you have a question, feel free to unmute yourself. I just want to make sure we don't have too much background noise. Okay, there we go. So we have A, B, C, D. This time the D is at the top. And guess what? This is going to be a sell because your take profits are down at the bottom, right? And the D is at the top. And look what happened. This blue candle looks like it's getting ready to close inside of the Bollinger Band. Again, another perfect setup. I need to make sure I'm writing these down. Hold on a minute. I'm just getting my notebook. I hope you all have your notebooks out. So the first one was that NZD CAD, okay? And then the second one, this one is a Euro CAD. Same thing. This time we're going to be looking for a red candle movement. So once this blue candle closes inside that Bollinger Band, we're going to be patient and we're going to enter this trade once we see a red candle forming next. And we'll take it down to the take profit of where this red line is, which will be 1.511. All right. Any questions on this one? This is a great setup. Now, the best times to trade with the Harmonic Scanner are between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m., okay? And then from about 9:30 p.m., like right about now, you see all these beautiful fresh setups, 9:30 p.m., even into the London session. So you got all night long to look for some beautiful setups. So it works well for people with full-time jobs, and people who are night owls who like to be on the London session, which is very volatile and you have a whole lot of movement. All right. So is everyone on the line? I'm going to unmute now. So let me unmute you all. Is everyone on the line familiar and comfortable with placing trades in your phone?
Yes.
Good.
Is this the same broker from the first pair?
Yes, it sure is. Pepperstone. Okay. Pepperstone. They're my favorite for whatever reason. I don't know. I guess because they have great setups like this. But yeah, Pepperstone. So we got two of them that are ready and almost ripe to get in. 9:45 is going to be a beautiful time for us. All right.
Tamara, will you have this one recorded too so we could go back and review it, this too?
Yep, I am recording right now. I am recording this session right now. Sure am.
Okay.
Yep. So, what else is there to say? We're just sitting here waiting right now, but do you guys see the simplicity of this? I mean, you know, here's one thing I want you to keep in mind though. Just take a look at the RSI though, okay? It's kind of flat, all right? The RSI is not up as high as I would like it to be, okay? So again, we are in a waiting period. We're in a waiting period to see what this first candle is gonna do. It's gonna close inside the Bollinger Band, I know it will, but we need to see what that second candle is gonna look like. It's just that whenever your Bollinger Band is like up really high for a sell position, you just know you have a higher probability of that trade of winning. Right now, it's been kind of flat and kind of ranging. And this is a Gartley chart, so it's not a shark, but it's, you know, it's okay. We just have to see. All right, you guys want to look for another one? That's two that we're going to keep our eyes on. And, oh, and when it comes to setting your stop loss, just go ahead and put the stop loss in that they have here. Mute, unmute, mute. Okay.
I'm sorry, what did you say about the stop?
Yeah, I was saying that when it comes to the stop loss, feel free to use the stop loss that they've placed here for us. Okay? Let me unmute you. Does that help, Yolanda?
Yes.
Okay. Now, because normally I always say, you know, not to risk any more than 3% of your balance. That is really a general rule of thumb. But I was speaking to my daughter this morning because she entered a few trades with the Harmonic Scanner, and she had her stop loss set really, really close because her balance isn't really that large. So she was only able to give herself a 4-pip, you know, buffer. And I'm like, that's very, very close. So I would say that it's safe to say you could put your stop loss right where they tell you to, okay? Pretty much as long as you're following the rules of this, you're going to experience, you know, more wins than losses. All right. So that one is setting up nicely. 3 more minutes till 9:45. That went by pretty quickly. So do you see how easy it is to basically look at the charts real quick, enter a few trades, and then go to work or go work out or do whatever it is you love to do? With this strategy, you don't have to be bound to it. And I would say at least give yourself 15 minutes to monitor it. I wouldn't set it and walk away, but you want to watch the trade. It doesn't take long. It's 15 minutes, you know. All right. So what do you say? I'm going to unmute you guys. What do you say we go ahead and get our MetaTrader 4 apps open and begin to position ourselves to enter some trades? Yolanda, I can't unmute you for some reason. Can you unmute yourself? There you go. You guys want to be positioned to take some trades?
Yeah.
Sure. All right. So let's see here. We knew that we'll start with this one, the EuroCAD. So I'm gonna go into EuroCAD. And do you guys know how to add the pair into your quote list if it's not showing up in your initial quote list?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to go to trade, and we're going to always use a market execution in this strategy. So right now, and you know, if you have a Samsung, you'd always place the stop loss on the red line. Your take profit goes on the green line. With the iPhone, you know, they tell you what the stop loss, you know, they label it stop loss. So for this, I'm going to go ahead and put the stop loss of 1.51278 just to prepare. And I am going to use the take profit of this red line. All right, I'm going to take it to there. So 1.51178. Now, one more minute to go. And this candle will close inside the Bollinger Band, but we have to wait to see what the second candle is going to do. Then we'll hit sell at that point. Is this pretty simple?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. And I mean, I'm hearing amazing stories. I mean, of course, past profits don't guarantee future results, but this morning I was informed of a young lady on our team that she started with, you know, $200 back in March, and she's up to $1 million right now. You know, and I know that means, you know, as her balance grew. Yeah, we better get in, y'all. Go ahead and hit sell. I'm in it. So as her balance grew, because that candle was red at first, so I'm just gonna go and trust it and let it go down. As her account grew, as her balance grew, she just increased her lot size gradually. All right. And what we want to also take note of, are you all in the trade? Is anybody not in the trade?
I'm not right now. I don't know what's going on, but
Okay.
just
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, you driving? Somebody's driving? Okay, nope, you won't be trading. See, I've talked to many of folks that's been trading while they were driving. Don't do it. Not good. So let's even look at the spread of this Euro CAD. Do you guys understand how to calculate your spreads?
I'm still trying to figure that out.
Okay, let's do it. Are you, first of all, are you in the trade? I just want to make sure you're in it. If you want to do it, you don't have to if you don't want to. In demo or something.
No, I'm not. I'm not in it.
Okay, no worries. Okay. So the way that you find out what the spread is in your quote screen in your MetaTrader 4, EuroCAD, you see that? And what kind of phone do you have, an iPhone or a Samsung?
I'm on an iPhone.
Okay, perfect. Up at the very top of the quote screen, you see the words simple and you see the words advanced, right?
Right.
Tap on advanced. So underneath EuroCAD, you'll see a spread. So what is the spread for EuroCAD on your phone?
Okay. It's the spread is the numbers, the low and the high.
Nope. Going over to the left some more.
Oh,
It's
30,
right under
30. I see.
30. Okay, good. All right. If your spread is 30, place a decimal between those numbers. So it's a 3.0, which means you have to pay the broker 3 pips.
Okay.
Before you start profiting. So the spread, yep, is 3.0. So you got to pay them 3 pips. So say you have a 0.00, I'm sorry, if you have a 0.01 lot size, that's 10 cents per pip, isn't it?
Right, yeah.
So how much money you got to get at broker if you pay him 3 pips?
30 cents.
30 cents, that's right. So you won't see a profit right away until you've paid 30 cents to the broker. Okay, so be cognizant of that, because say that you have a 0.05 lot size. That means that's 50 cents a pip. You'd have to give the broker $1.50 before you, okay? So now you know that your take profit has to be more than 3 pips in order to clear profit.
Right.
Right.
Otherwise, if you jump out at, you know, just hitting 3 pips, you didn't just pay the broker and you didn't get to keep anything. Okay. So even though it's a scalping strategy, let's try to clear at least, you know, 10 pips, 7 pips, 5 pips, so you know what I mean? Enough to get the broker, you know, off your tail. So while this one is working, I'm going to go back over to the other one that we were looking at, which was the NZD CAD. Let's see how that one is looking. All right, so let me pull this over by clicking on the screen and drag it to the left. And I'm going to magnify the area that I'm interested in. All right, goodness, that is so clean. Okay, so do we enter this trade, yes or no? Someone answer. Did someone say yes?
I did.
Okay, can you tell me why you would enter this trade right now?
Because it's blue, right? And it's
Okay,
2 red candles before it, right?
okay,
And then it started turning blue inside. Well, I guess my phone is too small. I can't see if the Bollinger Band is the bottom of it is
Right.
inside.
Right. See, that's the thing. It's not inside the Bollinger Band yet.
Okay.
Yep.
So I'd say no then.
Yep. Just blame it on your phone right now. That's cool. It's not me.
Right.
It's the phone, okay? It's the phone. Couldn't see. It didn't break the Bollinger Band yet.
Okay.
So this one we'd have to put our patients' caps on, as they would tell us in 2nd grade. And we'd have to wait for a candle to close in there.
Okay.
All right? So just be careful. And again, say that it does break that Bollinger Band. We want to wait that 15-minute mark to make sure it's closed in there, right?
Yep.
And then get in there when another blue candle forms to confirm that we're going in the right direction. Take it up to the red line. And, if you want to get risky, hey, take it up to take profit too. The higher the take profit, the higher the risk. So it's always your choice, but just have a good rationale as to why you would take it all the way up there. Okay. Any other questions?
Good rationale meaning what though?
Well, you can.
It went up that far earlier, or what do you think?
Right, exactly. I was going to say that. So I'm gonna pull back out of here, and I'm going to bring this back over. You could do an analysis, okay? You can go back and look in the history and see how high those candles had gotten before, all right? So I'm still in the M15. I do see that they did hit, take profit too, and that was today, all right? You can see at the bottom of my screen that gray box. You see that gray box right there? That rectangle box. It tells you the date and the time.
Yep.
So earlier today, It did hit that take profit, okay? It hit that same level earlier today at 1:00 p.m., all right? It hit it,
okay.
You know what I'm saying? So there's history. This has just been a ranging market. Some news may have dropped to cause this decline right here. But if you are confident that it could possibly come back up, you can always set a pending order. Do you know how to do that? You can set a pending order. Okay. In this case, if you believe that this price could possibly go all the way back up to take profit too once it recovers from this news article right here, you can set something called a buy stop. Or for this, in this case, you want to do, because this is D at the bottom, so you want to do a buy stop. So what that means is it's going to go up and up and up. You would have set a buy stop pending order in your phone, and once the price hits that 0.86786, boom, you're triggered. Yep, and it's going to stop right there, pick you up, and keep going up. So it's like a bus stop.
Oh.
Yeah. You just set it there as a pending order. And that way you're not just.
Once it hit it.
Yep. Once it hits it, it picks you up and you want it to keep going up. Okay? And you will.
And you would only do that if you're there to watch it, right?
Yeah. And you can set a call alert too with an app called Call Alerts. To let you know, boom, it was triggered, so that way you don't have to sit there and watch it all day. You can set a call alert in your phone using the call alert, the call levels is what it's called, call levels app. You set that price in that app, and you'll get a notification on your phone that that price has been hit, and you'll know that in your harmonic scanner the price has been hit, and you get to open up your phone and look in.
Okay, I heard about call levels. I hadn't had a chance to start using it yet.
Yeah, it's a wonderful app.
Okay.
A wonderful app. Again, it keeps you free. You don't have to be glued to your phone all day. That's called a buy stop. Okay? It's going to stop by and pick you up. All right? And then you would still enter your, your stop loss accordingly, right? Down in here. Okay? And you just hold on. If it never hits that price to put you in that trade, Hey, good for you. It just maybe got up to here and started dropping again. You don't lose anything because you were never in the trade anyway. You see?
Yeah.
All right. So that's a way too. So, but otherwise, you can just do the market execution when the rules and the setup is correct. The setup is correct, and you can take it up to that red line in the Bollinger Band and watch it. Pending orders, you don't have to watch. And then we can also talk about buy limits, but that's on a sell situation, or let me see a buy limit. We're not in a buy limit situation right now, so I won't go there. But does that help answer your question in terms of how you can determine how high up to take it by looking at history?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And you can even come over here to the very left box. You see this with the 15 because we're in the minute 15. You can even click in there and go to the daily chart if you want and look at the overall trend. Oh, come on. Where is it? I clicked daily and now it's not loading. But you can look at the overall trend and, whoa, weird. That is so scrunched. Yeah, I don't even know how to unscrunch that. Oh, here we go. I don't want to play with that. So anyway, I just stick with the minute 15 anyway. Sorry about that. But definitely you can always go back and look in time, okay?
Okay.
Any other questions on that? Let me see how my EuroCAD is doing. Let's see what's going on here. So you see EuroCAD ended up falling down into the list because some newer, more fresh setups have been called out. So this one is still playing around with a buying candle. It's okay. I'm very confident that it will drop. So
you're going to watch it for the next 15-minute mark?
Yep, 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Yep. That should be okay. And sometimes you have to wait 4 candles, 5 candles to get to what you're looking for, and it's okay. So you may be watching it for an hour, because that's 4 candles worth. You could.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Or what have you. So does that help explain? Are there any items that you feel like I didn't clarify for you enough?
That's helpful, considering that this is the most amount of time I've spent looking at the Harmonic Scanner from the beginning.
Good.
You're always clear.
Oh, thanks, Yolanda. Thank you.
You are.
Thank you so much. I mean, and here it is almost 10 o'clock. There's my bearish candle looking like it really wants to form. And because of all those wicks, you can see that the bullish situation is weakening, right? So it's looking like it might go ahead and turn into that bearish situation for me. And that's what I really want. Yeah. So that's that. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put this on a YouTube video, and I'll share it with you guys. And then that'll be that, and you'll have it.
Awesome.
Okay. You guys know how to reach me if you have any other questions. Thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank you again.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.